Street food. Expedition Huangshan.
I'm the kind of guy who likes to have a plan. I like to plan what I'm going to do and then do the thing which I had planned, and I am satisfied with that. And sometimes I can be too structured and I need to like loosen up, but when it comes to planning a trip, it's nice to have a plan. It's even in the thing, if it's in the name of the thing, plan a trip, it's nice to have a plan. This is the part of the trip where our plan fell apart. So we came down from the mountain, right? And we still had some time. And on Wiki Travel, I had read about this village called Lu Cun. They apparently filmed some scenes for Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon in Lu Cun, and I would love to be able to tell you about the village, but besides what's written on the Wiki Travel page, I can't tell you jack because we didn't get in.
We are now walking down the side of the road.
So, and it failed to say this on the Wiki Travel page, there is an entry fee to Lu Cun.
You have to pay to get into Lu Cun. That was something that we did not know.
We didn't budget for that. We had enough money for a hotel, a small meal, and a bus back to Twinshi. So what do? We don't have the money for the village that was supposed to be free. It's supposed to have a student discount. Did they take my student ID? No, they did not. I didn't quite have a breakdown.
Anyway, we're playing it by ear.
But my plan was in shambles.
It started raining, so now we're in a bung bung. I told her we're looking for a hotel, and we're gonna see where she takes us.
So this bung bung chilla, that's one of those three-wheeled like taxi things, picks us up, and the driver takes us to the knockoff version of Lu Cun called Lu Cun. The fee is negligible, it comes with a tour guide, and they have hotels within the village. So we were saved, sort of. The village was right next to a famous bamboo forest where they did actually film some Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon scenes when they're like running on the bamboo and stuff. I was right there, y'all. I was right next to the village, no money to get in. When am I gonna be back in that bamboo forest? Where was my backup cash? I blew it. Also, we were running out of food money and Nate can tend to get snacky.
We don't have money for food tonight, so I'm eating an apple and saltine crackers.
Lu is the dude's family name and Cun just means village.
I'm standing in a rice field in China. This rice field's kinda sweet.
Here's what they're doing right now in the Chinese countryside. So they take a village, and it's a real functional village. It's not like a Walt Disney Village experience. It is an actual community that's built in these rice fields.
There goes a rice farmer. I'm all up in his field. I hope he's okay with that.
But they've realized that Chinese city dwellers will come out to places like this for vacation. So from what I can gather, they're converting a lot of these kinds of towns into tourist-friendly villages. Like I said, a tour guide was included with the place. She only spoke Chinese, so I mean, I did my best. At that time, my chops were not exactly there, but it was still legit. To be honest, this place was beautiful. It was not on the same grand scale as Huangshan, but like in a quiet, serene kind of way. Lu Cun was awesome. We stood out among the locals because as far as I could tell, there were no other tourists in the village that day. We stayed the night and we woke up the next morning and ate a traditional Chinese breakfast, primarily featuring xifan. It doesn't get a whole lot plainer than rice porridge. How is this different from zhou? I'm not sure, but if I were to venture a guess, I would say that xifan is just what they call zhou in the south. Although I am willing to believe that there are probably subtle distinctions, and if I were a connoisseur of rice porridge, I'd be able to tell those distinctions. I personally cannot. It is a bland bowl of porridge, but you can add some stuff to kind of flavor it. It's a very traditional breakfast, okay? When we walked around the village, we saw all the locals eating basically the same thing, so that was kind of cool.
Honestly, I just saw one lady having it, and I thought she was just eating it because she was old and didn't have any teeth. That sounds mean, but I'm being serious. And then I saw everyone having it. I was like, oh, must be breakfast.
Our hotel breakfast also had some shredded potatoes. They were spicy-ish, some peanuts, mantou, fried eggs, and youtiao. After that, we were really almost out of money. The final episode, next week, will chronicle the rest of our journey home and also feature a few snacks. Don't miss the conclusion of our trip next week. Until then, eat it on the street, but watch your money, otherwise you get to fooling around and you miss the bamboo forest.
Street food. This is Tachuan Village. It's famous, it's in a lot of paintings, it's in a lot of photographs and like literature, and it's one of the villages that a lot of artists use as a muse. There's rice fields, there's fruit trees, and big bamboo kind of forest in the back. And it's picturesque rural China.